Hello, hello. How are y'all doing today? Happy Monday. Zilby is here. I bribed him with some food, so he's down on the ground. He's eating that, and then hopefully he'll continue and join us there. Sitsu, Albert, Rug, hello. How are you all doing today? Diablo, you demand Cato? Yeah, well, I'm hoping that he'll stay with us and not just immediately run away. Otherwise, each break, if he runs away, I'll go and grab him and try to remind him that it's warm down here. At least warmer than the rest of the house, because it's warm enough that I've opened up some of the windows, but it's cold enough that means that this room is warmer than the rest of the house. Also, hello, Diablo. Albert, you're starting an NES emulator. Oh, are you using one of the books for that? I vaguely remember that there's a Rust book for how to do that. I don't remember. I think it's one of the Manning books. Okay, just from the NES wiki. Okay, interesting. Well, good luck with that. Let us know how it goes. I've barely even used like any of the emulators, let alone try to create my own. Twitch ad out of nowhere? Wait. The Twitch ads are supposed to be done. I did 3 minutes of Twitch ads right when the stream starts, during the starting soon screen, which is supposed to turn off all the pre-rolls. At least that's how it's supposed to be. I'm sorry about that, Diablo, which you probably can't hear anymore. Nice. All right. Zilby is he's licking his plate clean now. So any second now. Hey, Zilby, are you done? Nope, now he's licking it from the other side of the plate. Okay, so the project we're working on Mondays here is the build your own Git project. So we're using CodeCrafters build your own Git. Hey, Zilby, hey, you're done. Okay, hold on. Let me grab him and see if we can get him to actually stay here. Turn on this in anticipation. Nope, not that direction. Here, you want to hang out here? Yeah. Oh, good. Diablo, you're free. Okay, just in time for Cat. I'm sorry about that, Diablo. I was trying to explain beforehand that the ad system is supposed to happen right after I start the stream, and then give pre-rolls off. But apparently that's not how it works. Okay, are you gonna hang out here, Sylvie? I hope so. But apparently for your client it didn't. So sorry about that. Okay, so to continue on with, we are building our own Git client using CodeCrafters and Rust. CodeCrafters is this. It's a really cool tool that allows us to go through various projects. I chose the build your own Git project, and it has these challenges for us. So it's less of it teaching you and more of it providing you a challenge for it. And so, like, initially it was initialize the Git directory. And so, like, okay, what do we have to do for that? We have to create a directory. You have to create some files and folders in there, and that's it. There's really not much more to it. But then it gets more and more complex as more things are added into what we want to do. And what they really provide you is a really fast instant feedback. You push your commit, and it tells you, hey, how did you do? And it has some links to like some places for you where you where you need to get the information for it, but they don't give you everything yourself. You have to go like that. That's part of like the challenge. It's really like a scrimmage to figure out how things are working. And challenge wise, this is what they've got. Get HTTP BitTorrent. Oh, okay. And Zilby decided to leave, of course. DNS server, grep, Redis, Docker, and SQLite. Xanax, hello. And Isitsu, you'll take those ads over the cat food ones any day? Oh, you mean the PlayStation ads? I don't think I've gotten the cat food ones yet. I wonder, because I watch mostly on an iPad, and I wonder if the ads are different than on like computer. So yeah, that would be interesting. Plus, a lot of the people that I'm watching are now doing the pre-roll trick that I kind of just took it from everybody else that I'm watching. That seems to be what they're doing. So probably regional, you would imagine. That would also make sense. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, full disclosure, I do have a VIP account for this. So they CodeCrafters themselves partnered with me. They gave me free access to this, free lifetime access to this, and also a link. So I have a link in the YouTube description, and then also over here in Twitch, we have this command, CodeCrafters, which provides a link that if you like what you see and you want to sign up for it, use that link, and I would get some kickback. It's a way to support the channel and also hopefully improve your skills. So I think that's all the introduction type stuff. Yash, hello. How are you doing today? I've also been slowly going through the videos, the stream VODs, and turning them into like slightly more edited. So it's a little bit more edited than like previous things that I've done. I've basically been pulling out all the parts where I talk to Twitch, and it's really just like a little bit of the dead space too is being cut out, and it's just like, okay, going through the Git stuff. And I think it's been going good so far. They're more popular than just the pure VODs. Is this all right if you show it on stream? It's like revealing the content on videos. I'm not sure I understand. Yeah, I think I'm misreading that or not understanding fully. But it's also morning for me, so it's probably me just not understanding. Oh, CodeCrafters. Oh, is this all right if you show like CodeCrafter stuff? Oh, yeah. So I clicked the link I clicked the little thing. You'll notice that every once in a while, and I don't know where it shows up in YouTube, but on Twitch, on the top left of the video, the VOD, the stream, it every once in a while shows branded content. You know, somebody might be trying to sell you something like that. That's what that makes it legal. That makes it perfectly fine. Yeah. Yeah, so as long as I tell you all that they gave me free access and I get money if you sign up using that link, then that covers me for the legality side of it. And of course, if any of you have any questions, I am more than happy to answer them for this, because I am financially incentivized to provide like a better how do I want to say it? A better show? I'm not sure. I am doing this for myself though, because I always have wanted to build my own a Git client. We kind of did that, but the clone repository is the one where it's getting interesting. So you can stream everything on their site. What legal loophole? So the reason why I can stream everything on their site, and I asked this, so they reached out to me and they said, hey, you're a content creator. We'd love to partner with you on this. And so part of the partnership, they gave me this VIP access. So that's why I have this little VIP badge up here. And they said, okay, just do something and do, put it on stream, put it on video, whatever you want to do. And they left that to me. And I asked them, okay, are there any limitations? Because I know a lot of games, like a lot of the game streamers do have to like, okay, we can only go through like chapter 4 or like the first 5 levels or something like that, because that's part of the contract. It's not that. So it's not really being like sponsored for like a preview of it. It's more of, hey, just show this off, and they're confident that the quality of their app is going to essentially sell itself. They just are using this as part of the marketing money, essentially, by giving me free access. So to me, that's a good deal for them. Hopefully they feel it's a good deal. To me, it's a good deal because I've always wanted to go through and build my own Git, and this is, more cool ways of doing this. And I am not the first one to do this. Several other streamers have done it. John Hu is probably the biggest one that I know. He went through the BitTorrent challenge, which is really cool. That's actually the reason why I decided to move forward with it, because like I probably wouldn't have if I couldn't find anybody else, and it was like I was the first streamer to do it. Yes, all of these, so all of the live streams in their sort of like the raw form are on YouTube right now. And then I'm also creating a playlist of cut videos from those live streams to make it a little bit easier to watch. They're on YouTube through, let's see, where I'm currently on Read a Tree Object for the cut videos. So I've got all the one through part of this. So hopefully that should help out. You love to see them add data structure and algorithm stuff instead of just replicating other service. It would, I think that that'd be really interesting, because I'm curious about some of these other ones, specifically like database. Like if they could create actual projects to do that require data structures and algorithms, that would be the really good one, right? That'd be amazing. Skillful actor. Hello, how are you doing today? How's the Git building? It helps learn a whole language of, I'd say it's like a challenge, right? And any challenge, if you know, like, it's gonna improve your knowledge about the language, because you're gonna use parts of the language that you're not really used to necessarily. It's a very different type of challenge that I've done before, so it's stretching the sort of like challenge muscles that I don't necessarily use in day-to-day, programming work. So I think that yes, it does. Language-wise, I'm doing this obviously in Rust. They have these other languages too. The ones in beta aren't available for every challenge yet, so really I would probably only recommend it for Rust, Go, or Python. Similar to heap allocator. Is that a challenge site? I know from like the technology, but is that also like something else? Did I implement a heap allocator? I don't think I did. So you're just creating a layman with us, not really optimized, just works. Yeah, so it's creating, like, basically create the thing, like build the thing, and you can potentially go back to optimize it to make it work faster. But from what I can tell, they're not testing / enforcing that you write it fast. It's more like, hey, can you write the thing? Can you make it? Oh, no technology, you mean? Oh, I don't think it's quite so low level as something like a heap allocator. I think it's more, it's a lot more high level. Like building my own Git. Like Git is a high level application. Like when we're talking about like on the stack of technology to the hardware. So in this case, it's basically just building like, okay, build the Git client itself. Like how does that work? Build it out. And like we use the heap, we use the stack, we use like lots of other low level stuff in there, but we're using high level, it's still high level programming. All right. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask while we're going on. And I will do my best to answer / show off what we're doing, and hopefully you can sort of like see what's going on. Now we are on the very last challenge for this, which is the clone the repo. And so in the very last session, so last week, we were able to discover the references. So we send a request to, I think it's an HTTP specifically request. Did I put that anywhere? I don't remember if I put that anywhere. We send an HTTP request to GitHub, and we get the refs that we want to, that we need for the clone. And so if we do this, let's see. If we do this, now this was my learning game design patterns repo. We know that they're going to be using a different URL. Let's grab that. We can see the logs from when we failed the test, and they did this one right here. So we're going to github.com/codecraftersio get sample 1. And so if I run that, now this is creating the directory get sample 3 for me. And I am seeing this one git ref right here. So we're seeing a commit hash from GitHub and the branch name. The branch is master. This is the commit hash. And so the next thing I need to do is start getting that. You're currently attempting to implement a specific subgraph matching algorithm from the paper. Something that would explain the algorithm and all the math stuff in plain English would be very useful. So I would absolutely sign up for that. Yeah, I was actually thinking that because they don't have any like teaching stuff for like really teaching this. The most that they really have is a small description of like what is going to happen, and then links to official documentation. Like for example, this links to the Git documentation for how Git works internally. And then you can read other people's code. And you can also, they have a guide, but it's AI generated. So it's not handcrafted by, well, anybody else. And I haven't really been too terribly impressed by the AI guide. I think that maybe that's something that they could work on in the future. For right now, though, that there is some room in the space for maybe creating like a course to move to the side, a course to sit next to it and help out with it. Why does it cost so much? I know that's one of the negative ones. Is it does cost a lot of money. It's a subscription service too, and they have 3 month, they have a 1 year, and then they have a lifetime. which is that it's fairly expensive. It feels to me, and then based upon some of the things that they've been sending me for like, oh, help market it and that kind of stuff, it feels to me that they're really going for people who are working at companies who have an education budget and then who can use that education budget to purchase this. Like, for example, at a previous company that I worked at, they would give me $1,000 per year to use as an education budget. So I could basically use that money to purchase whatever I wanted to. And I've in the past, like I purchased like year-long access to like Pluralsight or to some of the other sort of like educational like sites. This would be a similar type thing, right? Like if they gave you $500, then you could spend that on this. And unfortunately, every once in a while they do give me a discount, like the link provides a discount, but I don't think it's active right now. And they don't tell me when that's going to happen. All right, so if I have this, now I want to take this commit hash and I want to send that back to GitHub, and then I want to get the actual information about it. And that seems to be where that's today's goal, is like figure out, can I take this and can I get something back with it? We tried to do this with just manually with like a Postman like type tool, but it didn't really work for us. And so we have several different things that we were looking at. Like, for example, we found this blog article, this article, which is about how to implement git clone in Haskell. And there's a lot of stuff to do with this. One of the things that we were thinking of is it might be what is it called? It might be a stream that we open and then we just don't close it. And then we can send multiple things back to them. I'm not sure if we can do that. It might be a one back and forth again with that. We have to experiment with it around. The other thing is that this Git HTTP protocol, this says, it's somewhere. Okay, so the discovering references is what we did, and we're doing smart clients. So this is what we got. This is what we sent out, and this is what we got back. And we can see we have our hash, and then we have the name of the branch, and we have a mode. Now, what I need to do is take that and turn it around and send it back then again with a git upload pack and tell them I want this hash. I have this hash. So that's the next thing that we want to do. So let's dive in. Let's see if we can start implementing this. I'm gonna move this over to the side so I can reference it as we build this out. So okay, so we have our discover references. Now I'm not returning this right now. So let's return our references that we've discovered. You are a vec of git ref. And git ref is my own struct, something like that. Okay, so we grab you out, and that means we can now say let our refs equal to this. Okay, so we now have our refs up here. I probably want to now create another function here to do this request to the server. All right, so let's are these tests? Oh, these are tests. Nope, those are still tests. There we go. Okay, I don't think I need the reader state at all, but we'll go ahead and get rid of these if we don't really need them. Okay, so I need to have probably another function for this. So we'll have an async function. This is going to be get I mean, like, get what am I getting back? The problem is there's this entire fun to do document this further in here, which doesn't really, it doesn't help. It doesn't tell us too much. So I think this is going to give us back something. I mean, maybe this is what we get back, but maybe not. So maybe let's just like get content. Like I want to get, oh, get commit. Let's just call it get commit for right now. We're going to get the, it seems to be that I just want the hash. So this is going to be the commit hash. And that's going to be a stir. Result. Let's not return anything else right now because we don't know what I want. And I want to, okay, so we're going to do a post first. Now, what are you using? This is, oh, the repo URI that I have. Okay, so we're going to start with that. Okay, so we have a repo URI, which is like maybe the HTTP :/ github.com, that kind of thing. And then I want to go to get upload pack. Oh, and that's it. That's all I'm going to. It's not adding anything else. We have to set our content type. And I think that I can do this inside of like set the headers. So let's go ahead and get our result. We're using the request. This is a post. Oh, we have to create a client first. Then I think we can get a response. Okay, post. This goes to our URI. We want to set a header. So add a header to this request. The header is going to be content type, and then the value is going to be application x get upload pack request, spelled correctly this time. Okay, then I want to probably just send this. Oh no, we have this in the body, don't we? So URL header, and then I think that these are content. These are parts of the body. they're multi-line strings, so I think it might be just a string, like a text that I'm sending. So set the request body. Okay. So if I set this to be just a string, we'll make this be a format, right? I have a single commit hash that I want here. So I want, this is gonna be 0032 want. The commit hash. And then I want this to be a new line. Now I don't have any halves that I have right now. I just want this one. And then we end it with 4 zeros. And if I send this, we send, we await you, we question mark you, we get a response back. Clients must not reuse or revalidate a cached response. Servers must include sufficient cache control headers to prevent caching of the response. Servers should support, okay, so clients must send at least one want. Okay, so we have one want there. Clients must not reference an ID in a want command that did not appear in a request. So we get this from the request. That should be fine. Then they have a little bit of code here, which is unsure of what this means and how it's implemented and what's going on here. And then, of course, document this further. So that's not helpful. So if I send this, we get the response back. I guess I want whatever like the raw text of the body is, and I want to print that out. So let's get the I guess first we can check to make sure that this actually is a 200 status. So we'll do status. Let's now if I don't think I want to assert, we'll just do an if. Okay, so if status is not success, I want to probably bail and print out what the status is. So we'll do a bail. And we'll start with this. There we go. Oh, and a client doesn't need to be mutable. Nice. Okay, and let's call get commit from the top. I don't think we get anything from this, but we can just sort of set it up that, you know, we will eventually want this here. So let commit equals, we're going to do a get commit. We're going to pass in the commit hash. That's going to be our refs, the first one. And I want the commit hash. And then the repo URI is the URI. We're going to await this and question mark you. And that's it. We don't really care about the result of that yet, and it'll be a warning, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and see if this works. Well, I don't think we got a crash, so that's good. it just sort of ended here. Okay. If we had failed, I believe that this would here we could try it again with a fail. Yeah, we got an unwrap on an error. So it was a two at the very least, it's somewhere between a 200 and a 299 response. So that's good. I didn't even do the right status of success one. But that's fine. Okay, git ref. No, not git ref. I want git commit. Okay, so we validated that it is successful. So I need the body next. Okay, response dot. What can I get out of here? Oh, text. Let's try getting text out and just see whether it's readable as text. So let's see. We await you, question mark you. And now let's debug the body and see what you are. The body is empty. Okay, so it's not body. And I think, was this what we were running into when we were trying to do the exact same thing with Rapid API? I want to say it was. No, we were using Insomnia, weren't we? Yeah, okay, so we have our ref discovery. Nope, don't update. Oh, so this is the service git upload pack. Oh, but this is different. And then you are, yeah, okay, get upload pack. Yeah, I'm just getting this 200. Okay, okay, so we recreated this. Oh, but I'm only sending that. That's not helpful. Let me try printing out before. Okay, let's print out the refs first. Okay, so I specifically want this ref right here. So what is that? 0032. Want that ref, new line, this. I want to go, okay, this is the get sample 3. Okay, so that's going to that one. So if I hit send on that, upload pack, not our, okay, so we get a 200 okay and an error. Oh, I would. Oh, I love those, don't we? It successfully didn't return what we wanted to. So we got a 0049 error, upload pack, not our ref. So this was, okay, so the ref that I got isn't the ref that I want. What happens if you remove the first 4 characters from the ref? Yes. Let's try that. 2, 3, 4. Nothing. We get nothing at all. So that's probably not right, because at least with this one, we're getting something. If I return, well, okay, so it's the not a ref. So everything else I feel like is correctly set up. This is just the wrong ref for us. Now, if I do HTTP, method not allowed. Okay, so this has to be an HTTPS. Am I doing that here? I am doing HTTPS. give.com CodeCrafters, get sample one. Okay, so I'm doing that. Now I'm getting nothing in the body back, but over here at least I'm getting this. What are you? Content type xget upload pack result. Okay. So if you're not text, what are you? Oh, I could just get the full response body as bytes. We could just get the full response body as bytes, just in case. So we have to await you, question mark you, and then I need to try to convert this to display it, which I think we can do with the hello, Spam, hello. How are you doing today? Can I debug body? Wasn't there like an as something to turn it into a string? Oh, no, it's the other way around. We want to do from UTF-8 and at the body. Not a tuple, the body, the body. And then debug the body out. Mismatch types, expected a struct of U8 found, oh, bytes, right. Wasn't there a way to turn it into a vec? Something as, I don't think slice is right. I think that gives me just a slice type. As you into vec, to vec, to vec. There it is. And then I want to debug the body string. Okay. Nope. Okay, there we go. I think we're good here. So now we run you again. But we still don't get anything out of there. Okay, so that's the thing. You're doing fine. Build your own Git with Rust. Really cool. Yeah, it is actually a lot of fun. Mizard, hello. How are you doing today? Yeah, from UTF-8 body, string from UTF-8 requires a vec. Yeah, and then we can. I forgot that, like, okay, bytes is not really a vec, and it doesn't like implement destructure for that, so we have to, or d something from it. So we have to, but we can get the vec of bytes from it. So there you go. That's all good. Now, that being said, it's still empty. This is not what we want. So we are getting more information out of Insomnia currently than we're getting out of this. So that makes me think that we've not done this correctly. So looking at you, we have our content type, application x get upload pack request. So content type, application x get upload pack request. Okay, that's good. If I turn off the user agent, I don't think that changes anything, right? That's still the same thing. Okay. I am sending this as just the raw string. My body is just a raw string here for that, but maybe that's not correct. Spam, when you surf on Twitch software development, generally see people coding Rust. Why is Rust so popular? I mean, I think there's a couple different reasons. It's an up and coming language, so there's there a lot less people know about it, or rather, a lot less people know how it works, and so there's a lot more curiosity about it. There's been some very popular content creators who have talked about Rust a lot, and so that's gotten a lot of attention to Rust and caused a lot of people to sort of like continue to look more for it. And therefore, if people are looking for it, that's going to cause people to program in it. And then on top of that, it's just it is a language that's hard, but also useful, and can therefore be used to differentiate yourself if you're looking for a job, right? So if you're let's say a web developer, even if you're not going to do Rust as like your day job, having it like on your resume as more than just, oh, I took like a tutorial and I know Rust. It's more like, no, I built something in Rust, I know how to do this. That can potentially help differentiate you from all the other, competition with getting a job, and help out a lot. Because Rust is finally a language that doesn't suck. I mean, that's also, I bet eventually we're all going to be complaining about Rust. But that's the same thing as everybody else. Brooks is wrong. People are streaming Rust because they like using Rust. Nothing more complex than this. That's also true. Rust is fun. So that's also a true thing. It doesn't have to be a business type thing. There's so many reasons why. Is it beginner friendly? Should I learn it as a junior ML engineer? Beginner friendly that's a tough thing to say. It's there's a common sort of like joke / meme of Rust being a fairly steep learning curve, but once you get there, then it's much easier to go with. So I think beginner friendly is there's a lot of it depends in there. The other problem is that there's not too many learning resources for beginners in Rust that are really good yet. I'm sort of like working on that, but it's going to take me a while, especially for like the language itself, as opposed to just like individual libraries or frameworks or something like that. 2vec requires a heap allocation. Standard string from UTF-8 just validates the data and transmutes the type. Right, but I don't have a vector of it, so I need to turn it into a vec of U8s in order to then use from UTF-8, right? Because like I don't have what I have is the byte struct, which is different. It's like it's a wrapper around a bunch of bytes. What I'd like to be doing right now, using Rust. What I am doing right now, editing very hairy Lua for a NeoVim plugin. You are sad. Yeah. Oh, string from UTF-8 does not require a vec. Huh? Why did it not like that? So mismatch types expected a struct of vec U8. Oh, nope. What? Expected a struct of vec U8, found a struct bytes. So, I mean, this very clearly does tell me it needs a vec. Or you're talking about string. You want string. Oh, instead of string, you want stir. I get it. If I do stir from UTF-8. Let's see. What do we have here? I don't see it from bytes. Unless this isn't standard. Standard stir. Oh, there it is. Okay, so from UTF-8. If I hand this, expects. Okay, so problem is like this expects an array slice or a slice of U8s, but I still have bytes. Oh, add a. Oh, yeah. Okay. There we go. Thank you. It does implement deref. Okay, nice. However, it didn't actually solve the real problem, which is that I'm not getting the thing back out. Yeah, you ask about beginner friendly because in AI machine learning, we generally use Python, and it is one of the easiest programming languages out there. Yes, I do recommend Python a lot of times to beginners in programming simply because there is a lot to Python that makes it very easy. Unfortunately, there isn't like Rust is meant to run really, really fast, like as fast as possible, and be a and sit up there at the same like position as C++, C, things like that. And because of that, there's some niceties that Python has that you just don't get with Rust. Now, that being said, it's not, I don't believe, as hard as something like C++, but at the same time, it's a different beast altogether than Python. So I would say that yes, it's harder than Python. Hey, you're using Helix, right? When you do :help, does it open in its window or does it split first? Let's find out. So here, I will open up a completely new tab for this. So if I do help, there is no command help. Is there anything like it? No, even H doesn't give me anything help-like. There is not sure. What would you be looking for? Like I don't think there's a manual. There's no guide. Yeah, I don't know. They have something. What did I opened it up at one point in time. Oh, they have the tutor. So if I open up the tutor, it opens up in a full window. And this is as close to help as I usually can get. You wanted to learn Rust in 2021 because I was interested in crypto and blockchain tech, and generally people were using Rust for smart contracts. Yeah, and it's still being used quite a bit in the crypto space. Although you do see a lot less advertisements for it, but I think that's less because Rust is not being used and more because there was a pretty big backlash from the non-crypto Rust community and the to Rust being known as like the crypto language. But I think it's still like just as popular as ever in the crypto community. Okay, it's related to the plugin you're working on. You're trying to very badly fix stopping NeoVim splitting on help. It's a lot harder than you think. Oh, interesting. I expected Helix to not split. Instead, it just doesn't have a help. I mean, I guess you could just remove the help. That probably wouldn't work because they would just yell at you about trying to do something and it can't. But yeah, I don't know, like learning. If you want to try to learn the language, there is a free book on Rust's website, which the community fondly calls the book, and that is probably the best way to get a feel for the language and try things. And generally speaking, I think you can get through with just the first 10 chapters. Maybe even after the first 6, you'll probably have like a good idea of whether, okay, what is this language all about really? And then after 10 chapters, you can really start diving into whatever you want to do. Let's go to Rust Lang. That is under learn and read the book. So here is that. Yeah, the book is really good. I do like the book. All right. So we're still not getting this out, are we? Like, now there's a potential couple reasons why, right? Like maybe I'm not sending this in the correct thing. Because if I send an empty body, if I send nothing, this is still a 200 okay and I get nothing back. So I wonder if it's something like that. I want to be able to at least replicate this in code. Otherwise, we're never going to move forward, and that won't be good. The advantage of Python is easy to learn and has a big community. There are tons of resources, but you're not sure about the community of Rust. So the community is growing in Rust. It's fairly new. Python has had 20 plus years to grow their community. Rust is getting bigger faster than Python got bigger, but there's also more developers at this point in time. So it's not really all that surprising. Rust has a package management system, which in my personal opinion is a lot easier to use than the Python's package management system. And Rust's syntax is not, I think, because Python is space-based, where you're like, okay, you're tabbing in, you don't have brackets, it's going to look a little bit busier on the screen with Rust. But that being said, if you know Python, you know the general basic syntax of Rust. Like there's a general thought in the programming various communities, which is learning your second language is infinitely easier than your first, and learning your third language is infinitely easier than your second. And then of course there's it becomes like less. It doesn't like continue with that trend for everything, but at some point in time, it becomes a lot easier to sort of understand something new because things are going on. Oh, an ad break just started. Oh, I didn't even realize that was going on. I didn't even see the start to it. Sorry, Twitch. I didn't give you a warning. I will, because I don't know. I think you're all set in that. I'm going to go see if I can grab Zilby and bring him back for more Zilby joins us. So super quick break. I will be right back.